Alright, what we've got here is June 13th. Panfish are pretty much all done with the spawn, and so have the largemouth bass. And I'm on a lake that is primarily pondweed. And you can see what I'm talking about. I'm on the inside weed line of this pondweed. It's a real thick strip that runs the entire north shore. And the wind is out of the west, pushing current, as you can see, down this entire pondweed bed. On the inside, all the way up to the shore, is sand and scrubweed. And what I've been doing this morning is fishing this inside weed line with a sluggo and a spinning rod with 10-pound fire line braided line. And all I'm doing is putting the boat real shallow up into the shoreline area, and I'm casting perpendicular to this pondweed edge and just letting the wind sail that braided line to pull the sluggo through the water. Imagine a feather floating in the air under a 5-mile-an-hour current. It is so subtle. It is so slow. And I have been just consistently catching largemouth bass after largemouth bass after largemouth bass. I've made about 5 real slow floats down this inside weed edge. And with this current and this sun angle and this time of the year, the water temp's 65, 66 degrees, these fish are just in that pondweed on the inside edge, and I'm just picking them off on each float. I probably caught close to 20 bass, and I've got 5 pigs in the live well that I want to show you. Look at this Magambo. That a beautiful largemouth bass. She measures almost 20 inches. All these fish are going to be in the 18 to 20 inch range. Hit a sluggo, just dandy. Let her back to go do her thing. And another baby. You know, they're all running that size. Chunky bass. Just a blast to catch them on the sluggo this way. Put her back. Oh, here's another dandy. Just one all the same size. Just beautiful largemouth bass. Great coloring, thickness, fighters. You know, a little bit of a scrub on their tail in the spawn, but just beautiful fish. That's what I'm talking about. You know, just more of the same. Just fun time. Hold your rod about 11 o'clock, cast perpendicular, and let that wind sail that braided line, you know, and if it's going too fast, just drop your rod tip down a little bit. Otherwise, bring her back up to 11. And a lot of times you'll just see the line snap. It's really a blast. Deadly way to fish when everything else isn't working. That's the last one. Just a dandy. About 16, 17 inches. Lots and lots of fun. So next time you're out, and it's this time of the year, you know, mid-June, panfish are pretty much done spawning. Of course, the bass spawn before the panfish, and the water temp's starting to warm up. that 66 degrees can be just magical. And these fish, you know, either are going to move to the deep weed line, but it really isn't that deep, or they're still going to stay on the shallow inside, you know, especially if there's bait fish present. And I'm getting ticks on the sluggo all the time, you know, from bluegills, so they're set up. And you know, this is probably an 80-yard stretch that I've caught close to 20 bass out of. And that size, you know, the boat's probably in 2 feet of water and I'm catching them out of 3.5, 4, maybe 5 feet of water. You know, right where you can see the current come into that inside real thick pondweed edge, and you see darkness because it's kind of like that's where the deep part of the inside weed line is as far as depth. You throw that sluggo in there and you sail it through and you just see the line snap and you just catch bass after bass after that. Try that the next time, you know, you're faced with tough conditions. This is cloudless sky, bright sunshine, but it's cool air temps and the water isn't that hot and these fish are still shallow, and this will probably last for another, you know, a week to 10 days depending upon the weather conditions. To that, good fishing to you.